As Dallas and I are here to announce our next big move, biggest move we've ever made for Revival Today. Behind me is a building that will look nothing like it looks right now when we finish. We're on just under 5 acres of property that we've just finished purchasing, which is going to give us the ability to have a state-of-the-art studio. And in that studio, something I've wanted to have for a long time, which is a live studio audience. It's going to be a 500-seat building when we finish with it that'll give us the ability to touch the world with our broadcasts. This facility is going to give me the ability to do what I've really missed, which is having you in the audience to minister to personally. Obviously, you can't beat the reach of digital media. We touch the whole world every day, but we have the ability now with this to lay hands on people, pray for people that are sick, a place where you can bring people that are drug addicted, demonized, and really give them the ministry that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait. And then beyond that, we're going to announce the launch of Revival Today Church. We're going to hold Holy Ghost church services every Sunday morning. I'll be there most Sunday mornings. This isn't going to be like some little side project. We're going to give you and your family a place you can go that's a soul-winning church that values the presence of God, where you can get prayed for and ministered to, where there's not a critical race theory lecture or a masks and social distancing 10 minutes of no talking to anybody in the lobby. None of that. We're going to have a place where you're free and where you're free to experience the presence of God.
I'm incredibly excited because I know a lot of you have been asking about different meetings and events that we couldn't have during COVID, and trust me, we tried so hard. So this really frees us up to do everything that we want to do with healing meetings and women's conferences. So I am so looking forward to seeing you and having you be a part of this.
So I want to give you a twofold call to action. Number one, if your church turned in to a liberal nightmare in 2020 and you need a place to go, I would be happy to have you at our church. Number two, if you are a partner or a friend of our ministry, Revival Today, this is the biggest move by far we've ever made. By the time we finish remodeling that building, the acquiring of the property, you're looking at a couple of M's. So if you would stand with us now, I'll say thank you ahead of time. Pray and ask the Holy Ghost what He would have you to do. You've been so generous, and I thank you ahead of time for your extreme generosity. I know I speak on behalf of my wife, everybody here at Revival Today, when I say we love you very much. And now I can say I look forward to seeing you face to face here at the new home of Revival Today.
Hey.
Yeah.
And it did.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Check the Markets. Today, Thursday, June the 10th. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Timmy, Bob, Joe, Angela. Go ahead and share and like the broadcast. Let's get as many people watching this as possible. All right, we got some horrible news in the market today, but
Oh no.
I don't understand why the futures are all up. I think from now on, what I'm going to do is, if it's bad news, I'm just going to put all my money in the market, and if it's good news, I'm just going to do the opposite of.
How does this happen? Why?
don't know.
Why? It's so bizarre.
Good morning, everybody. Ooh, from Edmonton, Canada.
Gita and is it Gita or Gita?
Gita? I would say Gita. And the markets are open. Let's take a quick look here.
The worst part of my day.
My favorite part.
Hi, Cinderella.
All right. And it looks like, the Dow's up about 174 points.
Bizarros.
S&P
What is going straight up right now? Wait a minute.
The NASDAQ is down a little bit. It might just not be refreshing fast enough. NASDAQ's up 25 points. S&P's up 15. It's all positive here.
Yeah, so
Gold
far,
is
so
down,
good.
silver's down. So you get horrible inflation news,
Yeah.
and gold goes down. Makes no sense.
Seriously though, why?
Makes
Wah.
no sense.
Hi.
All right, let's get right into it.
All right, shall we?
Let's see an article. Oh, more than 1,000 people arrested in China over allegations of money laundering using cryptocurrencies.
What?
But then again, it is China, and they will arrest just about anybody. And
At this
hopefully,
point.
hopefully, I'm not going to have to apologize to them for this statement later.
I wonder how they did this. Do we have the full article so we can
Yes.
read it? I'm interested. Shall we? Chinese authorities have arrested 1,100 individuals in a coordinated attempt to crack down on a network criminal who illegally laundered money by purchasing cryptocurrencies as the nation clamps down on the digital industry. Chinese pro or against Bitcoin?
They're against.
They're against.
They need to control everything.
The Chinese Ministry of Public Security announced the detention of 1,100,
Criminals. In quotation marks. Because who... Okay, they were laundering money. What were they doing? Purchasing cryptocurrencies? How is that money laundering?
100%.
not
That's why I'm
criminals.
curious to see what they say is money laundering. Criminals in the statements released on Wednesday, revealing the latest move by authorities as China continues to target the cryptocurrency industry. Police allege that the network of criminal used cryptocurrencies to launder illegally obtained money on behalf of clients is so general. To launder illegally obtained money on behalf of clients receiving a commission from the proceeds of for their work. Authorities have not stated how much money was involved in the criminal operation. Some areas of China, including Inner Mongolia in Qinghai, have banned cryptocurrency mining, believing that the activity violates annual energy consumption targets. Man, China.
I know, for real. Annual... Are you kidding me? Energy targets?
Yeah, like you gave a crap about any kind of energy targets.
Yeah, for real.
The worst.
Your
What is it?
entire
The worst.
cities are covered in smog.
No joke. Worst carbon footprint in the world.
Yeah.
China, right?
Yeah.
Most pollutants released into. Please give me a freaking break. But once you mess with their money, it's like carbon footprint.
Yep.
As it stands, Bitcoin mines in China are behind around 80% of the entire global trade in cryptocurrencies, making the nation a key part. Man, I have such a huge problem with the CCP. Making the nation a key part of the process in the digital industry. Despite this, Chinese authorities have targeted crypto over concerns about its involvement in illegal activities, including money laundering. So they're not going to get to the point. They're not going to tell us what exactly money laundering is. But these 1,100 people are now in detention centers, which they love. They love detention centers. Next.
I think what they should do is all the Wall Street, bets bros should get together, pull their money, buy, I don't know, like a natural gas plant, energy plant, or a nuclear power plant,
Okay.
and then mine their own stuff. They made so much profits over the past couple of years.
Yeah,
If they
that's
went
true.
to some country somewhere and did that, El Salvador.
El Salvador.
Boom.
Boom.
Then we can move that away from China.
Facts.
I might post that, see what kind of response.
See what happens. Could you imagine if it actually happened? All right, let's go. Next.
Coinbase teams up with 401k provider to offer crypto. Workers at participating companies could invest up to 5% of their account balances in cryptocurrency. Interesting. So now 401ks, you can put cryptos in your 401ks and diversify a little bit better.
Wow. That's pretty interesting. Coinbase.
Just like we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
25% in cryptocurrencies.
That's great. Next. Consumer prices likely rose strongly again in May as economy rebounded.
This was as of this morning, so this isn't accurate anymore because consumer prices did rise.
They sure did.
We did get the news.
Yeah, we did. I have like an updated version, but that breakfast looks delightful.
It does.
Doesn't it? All right. Next.
JBS paid $11 million to resolve the ransomware attack. So now we got the amount that Brazilian meat company paid for the ransomware attack. $11 million. I wonder, how did Colonial Pipeline get away with $4.4 million and they had to pay $11 million? They must not have very good negotiators or whatever, because I think it's more critical that you have fuel than meat, because you can just go deer hunting if you need some meat or something.
No, that's true. Who are their negotiators?
Yeah.
And why are we complying? You would never, ever see this in the Trump administration, ever. In a million years, you would never pay a dime towards these hoodlums.
It might take a couple of weeks for them to remove all that, like, viruses and whatever from their servers if they didn't pay it.
Jeez Louise.
Let's see
If they didn't pay it?
Because what they'll do is they'll, like, lock down the servers, and then you have to go in and, like, remove all the ransomware or whatever. I'm not quite sure how it works, which takes much longer time than if you just pay them and they remove their ransomware themselves, because they're, like, in control of it.
That's embarrassing.
It is.
Jeez Louise.
Let's see the article. JBS USA Holdings paid an $11 million ransom to cyber criminals who last week temporarily knocked out plants that process roughly 1/5 of the nation's meat supply, the company's chief executive said. The ransom payment in Bitcoin was made to shield JBS meat plants from further disruption and to limit the potential impact on restaurants, grocery stores, and farmers that rely on JBS, said Andre Nogueira, chief executive of the Brazilian meat company. It was very painful to pay the criminals, but we did the right thing for our customers. He added that the payment was made after the majority of JBS plants were up and running again. Oh, so at least they waited.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, this is starting to become like a very common thing, huh?
Yeah. I think that everybody, if you have a business, you should make sure that all your data is secure.
Wow. Cyber criminals. Who would have thunk?
Next article. Meme stocks stumble. I mean, yesterday was horrible for meme stocks.
It was.
After GameStop discloses SEC probe into the frenzy. GameStop hints that Gary Gensler may be poking around more bank stocks. All right, let's see the article. Looks like Gary Gensler might be doing more than just watching meme stocks. GameStop disclosed late Wednesday that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has asked for its cooperation with an investigation into the unprecedented volatility its stock has seen in recent months. The company also suggested that it's not the only one being probed. On May 26, 2021, we received a request from the staff of the SEC for voluntary production of documents and information concerning an SEC investigation into the trading activity on our securities and the securities of other companies. This inquiry is not expected to adversely impact us. Despite stronger sales in the fiscal quarter, a smaller $66.8 million loss, GameStop announcing the long-anticipated naming of a chief executive officer and chief financial officer, its stock fell by as much as 13% after hours, before recovering some ground. So it looks like the SEC is cracking down on these meme stocks more than just, because that's always what they said. Like when somebody would ask them, what are you doing? They're like, oh, no, we're looking at it. We're keeping an eye on it. But it looks like they're actually probing these. So who knows what kind of legislation or regulation or whatever might come out of this. So get
Yeah,
your
it's
money while you can.
I know, it's true. It's so true. Yeah, because Clover Health took a dip. AMC took a little bit of a dip. And I thought I had sold my AMC stock. I didn't. I'm still up.
Let's see, Wish. Oh yeah, Wish took a huge dive yesterday.
Yeah, Wish
so
took a dive.
whoever bought that into that on, should have done your research and not just listen to me.
I was like, this dude, not too bad though.
All
Ford
right.
is up.
Ford is up.
Chewy's up. That was one of yours. I'm into iShare Silver's Trust, and it's doing great.
Yeah, Silver's up.
What's QuantumScape? I'm in that for some reason.
U.S. QuantumScape. What do they do?
Electric vehicles?
No. What do they do? Yeah.
Is it one of those? Are those the? Is that one of the?
They're like a fairly important company. I don't know why I'm blanking on this right now. QuantumScape. Oh,
Battery
that's right.
technology. That's what it is. It was one of those. That one
Yeah.
I'm doing great in. Occidental Petroleum, I'm doing fantastic.
XPEV is up today, 2.34%. All right, next. Banks will have to set aside capital equal to Bitcoin assets under BIS proposal. That's the Bank of International Settlements in Basel, Switzerland, the central bank of central banks.
Wow.
So banks will have to set aside capital equal to Bitcoin. The BIS said Group 1 crypto assets like stablecoins would be assigned a smaller risk weighting that is in line with assets like stocks. Then Group 2 crypto assets like Bitcoin, which would be assigned a risk weight of 1,250%. A 100% exposure to these Group 2 crypto assets would require a minimum capital of $100. So it would be like if you deposit $100, then the bank would have to like have $100 in reserves under the BIS proposal.
Wow.
All right, next. Tesla to launch high-end Model S Plaid?
Yeah.
To fend off Mercedes and Porsche. Tesla will deliver a high-performance version of its Model S on Thursday, aiming to reignite interest in the nearly decade-old sedan, which you haven't really changed.
So we talked about this. We talked about the fact that there is really nothing new coming out of Tesla.
Yeah.
So that's kind of...
They did redesign the interior, but the exterior is like...
Same.
Always the
literally.
same,
Always.
yeah.
It always looks exactly the same. So any pictures of the Plaid or no? High-end Model S Plaid.
No pictures they could pull.
The
It basically looks the same. What they were saying is
Oh
that...
wait, no, the live stream is the automaker plans to live stream the delivery of the first Model S Plaid at its U.S. factory in Fremont, in California at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Today?
Yep. They
Wow.
had a picture of the front of it and it looks exactly the same as like the...
Do you know anybody that owns the truck?
No, I don't think they're in production yet.
They're not? They were supposed to be released.
Yeah.
What, COVID?
The Cybertruck, I think only Elon Musk has one. So yeah, it looks the same. The interior, supposedly, instead of a steering wheel, it has a yoke. That's one thing that Elon Musk was teasing on it.
A yoke is just one of those straight
Yeah,
bars.
like with an airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So ridiculous.
Just put a joystick in.
I literally hate that. There it is. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's pretty sleek in the inside. Not gonna lie. Not absolute fire. I
absolutely
think this is just a step in the right direction. Far from absolute fire. I actually liked the trucks.
Yeah.
I looked into getting one.
I don't think they're going to look quite as the one that they displayed.
You don't think so?
No, they said that that's like a concept and they might be making some changes on it. So
Yeah.
who knows? But that actually looks good, that truck.
Yeah, I like
the way
that
it
truck.
looks. Yeah.
Abel was like, get the heck out of here. You're not gonna mess with me." Okay, so Tesla, very, very strange.
Yeah. So they want to compete with like the Mercedes EQS that just came out.
Which, of course, we're like, LOL.
Yeah. And then Porsche's their electric vehicle. What's it called? Whatever it's called. They've had like an electric sedan. It's like the Panamera. Looks really good. Yes, I do know what they spell.
What?
The Tesla models, Model S, Model 3, which is a backwards E, Model X, and Model Y. Taycan, that's right, the Porsche Taycan. Yep, S3XY.
It's just
Elon Musk right there.
so disturbing.
His kid's name is A12. His middle name is A12. So
Is it?
yeah, it's like
I thought it was like knee knock knock knock
yeah,
knock.
something like that. It's something alien.
Did you know that his wife had like an anxiety attack during one of his like most recent, whatever it was? He gave like some type of conference or whatever, and she had a full blown panic attack. Had to the emergency. She had to go get into like an emergency vehicle and stuff.
Yeah, the singer or whatever.
Yeah. Enoch knock knock knock.
Yeah.
Mom. Just a bizarre family.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Very, very interesting company. Great to invest in.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
I've
is
never
like the
gone-
real life Tony Stark, though.
He is the real life Tony Stark. Yes.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Because he's so full of himself.
Yeah.
But yet, just
But has some
people
great
love him.
innovations.
Yeah, 100%. I love Tony Stark. Rest in peace. All right, next. We can do- Doge in Brooklyn, a local apparel store, starts accepting the famed crypto. And if you, like, I mean, why would anyone shop here? I don't understand. What is happening?
Ragamuffin BS.
Literally, that is the store's name. Ragamuffin. Why? Scary. What's interesting is that Dogecoin seems to be pretty popular amongst like inner city people, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they are doing this. So there it is. I wish we could see what they sell. Looks like Uggs, Vans.
Couple of shirts. Yeah.
So bizarre. I wonder if people are going to be like, well, we're in Brooklyn, so let's just head over to Ragamuffin and...
Spend some Doge. We might see more of this, though.
So bizarre.
So if
I don't
this
have a
if
lick
this
of-
does become like more of a thing where people can pay in Doge, then I think that's going to help Doge's value.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, next. Go Doge. Ragamuffin needs a new sign. Good.
All banks go fintech. Hong Kong unveils fintech 2025 strategy. Let's see the article. The Hong Kong Monetary Authority plans to guide local banks towards full adoption of fintech technologies, a new strategy reveals. The region's central banking institution also stressed that it's going to walk the talk by digitalizing its own supervision of financial institutions. Hong Kong's monetary policy regulator has presented its new strategy to simulate the fintech development of China's special administrative region. This is important because Hong Kong is basically the financial hub of Asia. Mm-hmm. And so it's interesting what they're going to do here. The central bank wants to promote the provision of fair and efficient financial services for the benefit of Hong Kong citizens and the economy. Next slide. Keep going. One of the key directions in which the Monetary Authority intends to intensify its efforts is the full digitalization of bank operations, expanding on the accomplishment, so basically cashless is where they're trying to go, of its smart banking era strategy announced in 2017. The HKMA will continue to promote the all-around adoption of fintech by Hong Kong banks. The regulator is going to identify specific fintech areas. Keep going.
Is going cashless simultaneous with cryptocurrency?
I think that's what they're trying to do. That's like their vision for 2025, to go cashless, and then they have like the right, the Chinese, the digital yuan. Yep. So they're gonna have the digital Hong Kong dollar, and that's what they're planning on doing.
Interesting.
What I gathered from this article, which I think it's interesting that the largest like financial hub in Asia is planning to go this way
No joke. By 2025.
by 2025.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner. Good
Yeah.
Lord. Yes.
Next slide. Keep going. Yeah, here the financial regulator intends to devote some of its efforts to increase Hong Kong's readiness to issue central bank digital currencies. HKMA is referring not only to the development of wholesale CBDCs, but also to the research of retail digital currencies. The financial institution will continue to support the People's Bank of China in testing the digital yuan for cross-border payments while launching a separate study on a digital Hong Kong dollar.
Interesting.
I think that's where everybody's heading
Yeah, no, it's true.
at this point.
It's inevitable.
Yep. Next.
I literally hand people cash and they're like,
A lot of places didn't even take it.
I know, during the
Yeah.
the whatever, they were like, we're actually,
When we were at
Paper-
PNC Park the other day,
yeah, they don't
I
take
only
any
had
cash.
cash with me.
Yep, same here.
And I had to go and convert it. They had like a where you put the cash in and they'd give you like a little debit card.
What?
So it's like reverse ATM is what they called it.
Yeah, I gave the guy $50 to get some cotton candy for my kids, and he was like, cash free, sorry. I was like, bizarre.
Yeah.
Pictures from Ragamuffin. All right, here we go. This is totally what I was expecting.
4 for $100.
For $100. All right. Is that the Bennington Bear? All ghettoed out. Got some Polo Sport.
Vintage.
What else we got? USA, some knockoff gear. That's it. All right. Sounds like a place that Patrick would love to shop.
Yep. That's exact. First place I'm gonna head. next time I'm
Using
in New
your
York.
Doge. Do you have Doge?
No, not anymore.
You sold it.
I did. I didn't. I thought it was gonna crash for sure. I was like, "There's no way this is gonna keep up," but
It kept up.
it kept up.
I have
Did the
faith
same
in
with
them.
XRP last year.
Really? Now, but you're back in
Yeah.
XRP. I have Safe Moon.
I don't have SafeMoon. It's too like
What a
you
stupid.
gotta make
what a
it
dumb.
easier
What a
to
dumb
buy.
thing. I feel.
If I have to
feel
go through
duped.
10 steps to buy like a digital currency, I'm not.
That was. I needed to be coached through that. I really did. They're like, all right, now get Pancake Waffle and download it, and then turn it on, and then convert. It's like what?
Nope, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, no, it was what a dumb move. I should have known, when your gut tells you like this is too much of a process for
Yeah.
something, I should have listened. Sank a lot of money in there. Okay. Next.
Bitcoin's rich list continues to snap up cheap coins.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Bitcoin's rich list has accumulated 80,000 Bitcoin since the May 19 crash. This is interesting. Let's see the article.
What's Bitcoin's rich list?
They're like what they call the whales of Bitcoin, like the people that own or the people, but like the wallets that own a lot of Bitcoin. 'Cause
Gotcha.
You don't know exactly like who it is.
Okay. Interesting.
So they've kept buying. They
Yeah.
saw like the dip and they're like, we're gonna keep buying.
Interesting. All right, continue.
Blockchain data shows sustained bargain hunting by large Bitcoin holders, despite persistent gloom and doom in the market. Addresses carrying at least 1,000 Bitcoin, known as the rich list or whales, held 7.89 million coins at press time. In addition of 80,000 since May 19th's price crash to 30,000, according to data provided by Sentiment. The total held by the rich list hit a 3-month high of 7.91 million earlier this week. Whales aren't slowing down in their accumulation. This is a strong vote of confidence for bulls, seeing top key stakeholders are increasing their bags. So it seems that only everybody who had maybe a couple Bitcoins or where it was like selling, and these people are buying.
Do they know something we don't?
They probably do. I mean, they're so invested in it, it might as well just buy it
Go
at
all
every
in.
dip. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep going. The increase by long-term holders signals accumulation during the bear trend, according to blockchain analytics firm Glassnode. The data shows whales and long-term holders remain confident of the cryptocurrency's prospects. Nevertheless, the cryptocurrency may see short-term losses if the U.S. Consumer Price Index, scheduled for release this morning at 8:30, exceeds expectations, boosting concerns of an early unwinding of stimulus by the Federal Reserve.
So the white line is the whales, clearly.
Yeah. Large upside care to the CPI print will mark a downside below 30,000. Very vulnerable, and we're more concerned with that now, QCP Capital said in its Telegram channel. The impeding death cross or the bearish crossover, I mean, this doesn't even really matter because it was horrible news for CPI data. The price rose more than 10% on Wednesday, hitting highs above 37.4, even as China announced a ban on virtual currency mining operations in Qinghai. El Salvador's decision to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender likely buoyed sentiment. I saw yesterday, Stephanie sent me like a screenshot that said that El Salvador will give citizenship to everybody who invests 3 Bitcoin in their economy. I'm not sure. I'll have to like see if that's for real, but
What?
I might go get myself El Salvadorian citizenship.
Why would you? I mean, do people go to El Salvador for the beaches? I don't know. Are there nice beaches?
I haven't looked it up.
I don't think
I would like
anybody
to
has.
see what real estate there goes for.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Seeing as it's so, what's like the equivalent of 3 Bitcoin?
That would be like 90, 100, slightly over $100,000.
Yeah, no. I'm keeping my money. How bizarre.
Yeah.
What? It's El Salvador. All right, fine.
Next.
Interesting.
Over the last 12 months,
All right, so this is this morning's
CPI.
whatever CPI.
Yep.
Over the last 12 months, the all items index increased by 5%. So we thought that this was going to tank the market.
Yeah.
So far,
So far, not. I mean, it's all green, except
It's
for
literally all green.
gold and silver, which should be in the green. They're in the red, but they're also heading towards the right direction there.
let's take a look at some of the price increases. All right, 12-month price increase in gasoline by 56%, which is pretty tough on the RV companies or whatever.
That's a huge hike.
Oh my gosh, it's insane. Used cars and trucks is 30%. You know, I love me some used cars and trucks. That's terrible news. What else? Food, all items up 5%. Commodities up 6.5%. Apparel up 5.6%. Of course, medical care commodities down.
Well, there's just a surplus of masks and
Yeah, exactly.
hand sanitizer, and
Can't get
they
rid of
can't
it.
like get rid of it.
Transportation services up 11.2%. I wonder if that's like, is that transportation services like airfare and
taxi and rental car. I think rental cars is up even more than that. I have an art. I think I sent the article. It's a huge spike because they sold off their fleets.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They really did. Yeah.
In the pandemic, they sold off their fleet. There was nothing. When you went to Pittsburgh Airport, they literally had nothing.
In Texas, they did the same thing because
Yeah.
of the ice storm. They sold their cars for whatever godforsaken reason.
'Cause they
So for the
couldn't
longest
rent
time, I
them
could
out.
not rent, couldn't find a rental car there. But yeah, and then I ended up, where did we just go to here recently? Was
Florida?
it Texas? I think it was Texas. I ended up going there for like 3 days
Yep.
and paid $1,200 for a car, for a rental car. Could have just bought a freaking car at
Could've
that
bought
point.
one.
Jeez. All right, next. I really thought that this was going to tank the market. People were
I
going to
did
get
too,
scared.
but maybe they're like, oh well, it's a little better than we thought. I don't.
The 50% increase in gasoline prices was the largest in 12-month increase since the period ending in April 1980.
Interesting.
So I was like, that's pretty shocking.
Who was president in April of 1980? Because Reagan was 81, right? February of 81, he came into office. Because there would have been elections in 80, right?
I wasn't born yet. so not quite sure.
It's probably Jimmy Carter.
Do you think so? It's probably Jimmy Carter. Is it?
Joe Biden's spiritual
Yeah.
father.
It was Jimmy Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So incredibly bizarre, huh?
Next. Yep, consumer prices jumped 5% in May, fastest pace since the summer of 2008. Man. Let's see it. Consumer prices for May accelerated at the fastest pace in nearly 13 years as inflation pressures continue to build in the U.S. economy. The Labor Department reported Thursday the Consumer Price Index, which represents a basket including food, energy, groceries, housing costs, and sales across a spectrum of goods, rose 5% from a year ago. The reading represented the biggest CPI gain since the 5.3% in August 2008, just before the worst of the financial crisis sent the U.S. spiraling to the worst recession it's seen since the Great Depression. Go on. Look at that. All items. Keep going. Like you said, gasoline up 56.2%. Used cars
Up
rising 7.3% on the month.
Yeesh.
And 29.7% for the past 12 months. I was thinking of trading my cars in and but because they're giving you so much more money, but then you have to pay so much more money for another car. So
Exactly.
might as well just keep it. And let's see here. Keep going. Markets largely shrugged off Thursday's inflation report, with stock markets futures indicating a gain at the open. Yeah, I mean, they're up huge now, so. Interesting.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah.
Keep going. Next article. Homeowners got $2 trillion richer during the first 3 months of the year because of home prices.
No, we didn't. Wow. Jeez.
See the article? Homeowners are getting richer and richer as prices keep soaring, and the numbers are staggering. Those with mortgages, about 62% of all properties, saw their equity jump by 20%.
I did.
In the first quarter from a year earlier, according to CoreLogic. This represents a collective cash gain of close to $2 trillion per borrower. The average gain was $33,400.
Yeah, I could probably. I spoke to a real estate agent. Said I could easily get $100,000 over what I paid for my house. But the only problem now
Then
is
you have to pay
that-
$100,000 more for another house.
No, more like $300,000 more to get a decent house. So we were like, we're just gonna have to sit on this because I mean, although it's a great time to sell, it's the worst time to buy.
Yeah.
So it's like we'd be homeless.
And
Crazy.
there are people that I've heard stories where people sell their house and then they can't get into another house
Right.
and they already sold theirs, so
Astronomical,
they're
100%.
literally homeless.
Oh, for sure.
It's crazy.
No, yeah,
Market's
for sure.
crazy.
Yeah, no, it's very bizarre, very bizarre. And then you know that you're going to be upside down on some of these houses.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these houses are being sold for what, $350? Some house built in the 1950s,
Yeah.
and I mean it's a garbage house. Abel does construction work, and there's been people who are buying these kind of like crappy houses, flipping them, and then selling them for top dollar. And Abel said that just recently there was this lady, he walked in and he was like, oh, these walls are just drywall. You know, they need painted.
Yeah.
She was like, no, I'm selling it the way it is. The homeowners don't care about it. Literally won't even paint the walls. That's how fast these houses are selling.
That's crazy.
And it's just garbage houses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. Pretty sweet. What are your picks for the day?
For the day, let's take a look here.
Property taxes are going up, yes.
Low risk, UPS, United Parcel Service.
Okay.
Yes.
I hate UPS.
Yeah?
I really hate it.
Why?
I just feel like it's like the slum of all. Yes, it really
I
is.
think FedEx is.
I love DHL.
Yes.
I love, I'm going to say it, FedEx. I love FedEx. Sorry,
Come
I
on.
said it. But UPS, just can't get down with UPS. You know, they send me emails and they're
What
like,
about
hey, you got
Prime delivery?
Amazon Prime? Oh, yeah, like, of course.
Have you ever seen the videos comparing them?
Yes.
Where it's like
Someone throwing a package versus
Amazon Prime, they clean off your porch for you when they deliver. And
Yeah, for sure.
UPS is like a little bit better than FedEx, and then US Postal Service, they just like
Oh my
kick the
gosh,
package
absolutely.
right off your door.
Yes, facts, factoids.
FedEx is the slum. I don't think people are agreeing with you.
What? It's not. It's not worse than UPS. It's just not. It's just not. UPS, and then everybody's wearing brown. I don't know. I just feel like it's such a lifeless organization.
It is a large organization.
I wish they wore turquoise.
They deliver to over 200 countries. E-commerce is growing. Look at that.
Come on. You have no scientific evidence that that's true. 9 out of 10 FedEx deliveries are delayed. Oh, yeah, that's true. Amazon has violent offenders.
That is true. E-commerce is... Did you see that one guy? Was it a FedEx one where the truck, the guy was like screaming in his truck and then ran right through a stop sign?
I'm sure
He
Ron
had
will
like
pull
a
up the
mental
video. I have no
breakdown
idea.
in his truck.
Is it UPS or FedEx?
I think it was FedEx. They had to drive around.
We've had to drive around to find the FedEx driver because they won't deliver to our packages. It's pretty sad.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Might
We
as well
typically
just have
don't-
it dropped off at like the FedEx, the sorting
Do you
facility and
use
pick
this
it up.
address or do you use the main address? Yeah, see, like I think if there's not somebody to actually answer the door, then they'll just go crazy. You'll never see the package again. But typically, if you do it to the admin office, you'll be fine.
Yeah, and the UPS guy knows us, so even if there's a signature, he usually just
Yeah, he just leaves it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. UPS, yeah. So interesting. UPS. So that's your low risk?
That's my low risk. It is very expensive right now. But
What-
then
how much?
Everything else is. It's $219 a share.
That is expensive.
No, that was its high, $219. Let me see what it's at right now.
Where are you at now? UPS.
$202.
202. Yeah, nobody's arguing, Alice. Nothing is as bad as USPS. That's a fact. Everyone knows they are
FedEx is still better than
the absolute lowest.
All right,
Okay,
let's
let me
see.
see.
Let's see the video. Roll it. Oh, well, language.
What happened to him?
He just had like a mental breakdown. He probably forgot a package in the back of his truck. That's what they were saying. Look at that, accelerating.
Gosh. What is wrong with these Amazon drivers that are being overworked?
They are being overworked for
That's
sure.
got to be it.
Yeah.
You have an absolute mental breakdown. What the
Meanwhile,
heck?
their boss, Jeff Bezos, is taking trips to space.
Which, by the way, I have some news on that. He's not the only one. There's a race for space now.
Yes.
So the Virgin Atlantic CEO
Richard Branson.
feels like he can get there before him.
Before July. Well, I mean, how are they going to get them down if they get stuck up there?
Here's to hoping they all just like get lost in space. But what in the heck? Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
It's a new
And he
race
just said,
for
looks
space.
like Newman got a new job.
Oh, that's great. Medium risk. What is it?
Medium risk is Restoration Hardware.
I love restoration hardware.
It's a specialty retail company, and full disclosure, I am invested. So I just, wanted to say that so that you guys can pump the stock and I can get out before everybody else. They retail in home and outdoor furnishings, just had a great earnings beat.
Okay.
They were estimated at $4.07 per share, and they beat with $4.89
Nice.
per share. Increased their guidance for the year from 15 to 20% sales growth to 25 to 30% sales growth. So
Their stuff is so expensive,
It
too.
is, but a lot of people are buying it because, like we said yesterday, with like the RVs and pools and stuff, people want nice things in their home because they want to make their homes
They're there
more
now.
like
Right.
So they're investing more in
something
their
cheap.
homes.
Interesting. There you have it. Restoration hardware, medium risk.
Some of the risks are economic downturn. Obviously, valuation of the company is very high. The stock is expensive. It's trading at a high premium. So if you don't want to get in, it's a little risky. And then they've had some problems with delivery delays from China and stuff.
Of course, every furniture company has. All right, and your high risk.
GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So they hold Bitcoin and then they sell shares on those Bitcoin. So you're basically buying shares in Bitcoin.
Interesting.
But I figured it would be a good one to bring up in case anybody wants to get into. It's traded over the counter, so it's not traded on any stock exchanges. So I don't know if you can. You probably need like an actual brokerage account with like Schwab or TD Ameritrade or Fidelity or something to get into this one.
Yep.
And then the risks are just like with if you buy paper gold, do they actually have that many Bitcoin? Volatility in the crypto market, crackdown on the crypto markets by various financial authorities. But it's a good way to get into it without much risk because it's like $30 a share. So you want to throw $100 in there, see how you do with crypto.
Awesome.
That is the high risk one for today.
All right, if you guys have any questions, sound off. If not, we are going to end the show. Joshua Deslandis says he wants to go to space.
They were auctioning off a seat on the,
Yeah.
what's it called, the New Shepard? I think that's what it's called. Jeff
For-
Bezos'
Is it the New Shepard?
yeah, Blue Origin, the New Shepard.
Have you seen it?
Shepherding into space.
Have you actually seen a picture of it?
Yeah.
Can you guys pull up a picture of Jeff Bezos' new aircraft? Bob Drain has a question.
Have you had any problems with Atomic Wallet? I don't have Atomic Wallet. Or is it stable?
All right. Do you have a picture of it? There it is. I tell you can't make this kind of stuff up. I tell you, if I was a trillionaire, maybe different shaped something, maybe like a rocket shape. Anything but that.
No, for real.
I mean, who makes the design call, and who's that clueless to not think that that's a phallic shaped object? What a bunch of clueless. That's why you can have all the wealth in the world and smarts and still be dumb.
Yeah.
You bunch of dummies. Blue Origin. The heck. All right, anyways. Alice said she went to space on the Epcot version. John Souther says it's aerodynamic.
It is.
That's nice. There's lots of more like probably should read first. All right. Thoughts on Enbridge?
Enbridge. I'll give you my thoughts tomorrow.
James R says looks like a rocket to me.
ENB, Enbridge.
John McMorrow says WTF. Thoughts on Enbridge? Okay, we'll answer that tomorrow. Doug. All right, on that note, that is the show for today. Have you partnered with Revival today? If you haven't, now's your chance. And guess what? Our mugs are in. So there they are. If you want to start off your day, there it is. The coffee just tastes better in this mug, don't you think?
It really does.
Just tastes more fresh
yeah.
and delicious. So there you have it. Your Check the Market mugs for your donation of any size. That's pretty like whitewashed picture, but seriously, it's a nice hearty mug, okay? And it's yours for your donation
It has
of
a big handle so you can actually hold it, which is great. Because
That's
with a
right.
lot of cups, like mine at home, it's like this.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't like that.
This is made for man hands.
Exactly.
Look at that. Huh? Okay, so we got to end the show quickly. If you're watching on Facebook, #donate. Text RT to 50155. If you use Cash App, James, yeah, I can send you one if you donate on any of these platforms that I'm going through right now. No minimum, okay? Is Qcoin a stable app? I think so. Qcoin, yeah. $dollar or whatever, $RT give on Cash App, Venmo RT give, revivaltoday.com/PayPal. We are accepting cryptocurrencies. So if that's how you want to donate, we spearheaded the movement way before this was even cool. So how about that? We've had this for years now. To give, scan the code or just go to revivaltoday.com/give. If you want to mail in a check, you can do so at Revival Today, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, PA, 15329. And don't forget to claim your offer at revivaltoday.com/offer so that you get one of these mugs.
Bethany's upset because I talked about the mugs. It's the white ones that we have from Fiesta Wear.
She's like,
I
how
can't
dare
hold
you?
them properly.
It's the greatest dad mug your children brought you.
I can hold that one properly though. Well,
The greatest?
almost, yeah. My son Max went to the store and picked out a greatest dad mug for me.
He's literally the sweetest.
He is.
My daughter picked out an eyeliner for me and brought it back from CVS.
From CVS.
Yeah. Don't they know us so well?
Yeah, they do.
She says, whatever. James R., what about the offering I sent in a week ago? Okay. Like we said, and like we say on every single one of these streams, www.revivaltoday.com/offer to claim your gift.
Are the mugs from China? Yes, they are.
Most likely. Yep.
But they're designed
The mugs are made in China.
designed in Pennsylvania, just like all Apple products designed in California but made in China. So, designed in Pennsylvania.
I wish we had USA made mugs. Can we stop buying from China? Each mug will be like $40 a piece.
I'm pretty sure the mugs are just bought from China, and then whoever we used to print the stuff on it, they just use those mugs.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, there you have it. Check the market. Make sure you tune in at 11 a.m. for our daily broadcast with Evangelist Jonathan and Adalis. And then after that, you're going to watch Live with Maddie Ortiz at 4 p.m. And then every night, we end the day with Check the News at 11 p.m. All right? Have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow morning.
See ya.